G'day guys, and today Shorty and I are going to review the game between Geelong and Richmond, which was at the MCG yesterday, mate. It was a good win in the end. We got home by 9 points, and the theme for today is Cats fight the Tigers.
Yeah, it was good to get on the board, wasn't it, mate? Well, we needed to win because I feel the loser, and it was Richmond, will be the big talking point come Monday.
Yep.
Because the spotlight's pretty harsh on them at the moment.
The spotlight always seems to be on Richmond wherever it's at, whether it be talking footy or also footy classified. They love talking about Richmond, Carlton, and all the Melbourne sides. So
yeah, I feel it would have been us though if we had lost.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Official Geelong in a rut, wheels falling off extremely quickly.
Yep.
At least we put in a few good quarters. Some of the old goals in a row. What was it, 4 in about 10 minutes, running at half time.
Maybe 6 or 8. Yeah. Something like that.
Whatever it was a feature of our great days, and we brought it back for a split second, so that was nice. Yeah.
It's good to relive those. You were listening to the game and gave us a bit of a summary there. How'd you hear it?
Yeah,
it's not. You don't see much these days.
I know. The 2 times we've won, I haven't actually seen it live, and I've seen the 3 losses the whole game.
Don't watch it ever again.
No, but it sounded like a pretty ugly game, actually. It didn't sound very pretty at all. It did sound like 2 sides who were just struggling to find their good form, like 2 sides that are decent and capable of good footy, but both haven't found it yet, and they're both searching for it at times. I guess we found it more often than not because Richmond did play some good footy at times, came back late, but I think the game was probably never really in doubt, barring a freak miracle for them to steal it at the end there. But again, we let them get it back into it a little bit. I felt our second tier players played a little bit better, like Caddy, Thurlow was impressive. Duncan stepped up and was probably best on ground.
Yeah, he did well.
And the back line, always a feature. I know we can't relive the old days, but it was a feature back then. It's almost a blueprint for good Geelong footy. Is the tall defenders and rebounding defenders going well.
They're playing well.
Rivers and Taylor dominated the aerial contest, and even Monaghan was not too bad.
Yep.
Kelly was on fire before we'll get to that. That was brutal.
Yeah.
And Enright was pretty serviceable as well, but I can't gauge too much when you listen on radio because it's difficult. But as far as what we focused on, we won the contested ball. Clearances we lost again. Marriage seemed to dominate. I swear every centre bounds, all I heard was Marriage wins it down to Koch and to Miles to Alice, but yeah.
Were you just frustrated when you heard that, mate?
Yes. It seems to happen a lot, and we'll get to someone on the chopping block for that reason, but we lost around the ground by 7 again, and centre clearance was pretty even, so it may be a theory of mine, but it is true, so...
Yeah. And they seem to be the most effective when it's around the ground.
Yeah. So hopefully I haven't stepped on too many of your points there, mate, but you did see it quite visually.
Yeah, I was umpiring, so I sort of got into it halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of good things about the game. We played with a lot of flash and drive. Haven't seen it much, and it's probably our best footy for the year, I think. I mean, we haven't had much good footy, but I reckon our best game was against North, and this is an even better performance. So we're on an upward curve to some degree.
Good.
And as you said, we couldn't go any worse. So.
Yeah, you wouldn't want it to be a downward curve. That's trouble.
No, that's it. I thought our pressure was really good. Really got to the ball carries more often than not.
Yeah.
And it's been a bit of a feature that where we haven't against teams like Fremantle and Hawthorn that spread really well. We looked dangerous going forward. We were able to create a lot of opportunities going forward, which was another positive sign. It has almost been really tough to see it the last few weeks with just kicking into the 50, bombing it long, not effectively hitting targets and stuff. So I felt we certainly addressed that against the Tigers. Yeah,
definitely.
So it was good. We have a few lapses here and there, and when Richmond came back, it was a little bit scary when they got it back to 10 points.
Yeah.
And then I think it was Rewald or someone had a handball and he was about to go on the left foot snap and he handballed and it was intercepted, and I'm like, thank goodness, that could have just saved the game.
Was that Lonergan on the last line? Because it sounded pretty intense on the radio.
It could have been, I don't remember exactly from memory, but I was just like, wow, it could have just brought it back to 4 points. It was very nuts. Very much the same as last year's clash. We dominated without being good in the first half. Richmond came back and it was about 19 points, I think. with about probably 5 or 6 minutes, and they bring it back, and Lloyd kicks a goal on the sign, and it's 5 points. And it's like, oh well, Tigers done pretty well here, but
Yeah.
again, they've made the scoreboard look pretty good. Flattered them maybe, but
that's at 11 in a row against Richmond and 18 of 19. So
that's the record, mate. You've got it perfect.
I'm truly over the Tigers, which is great.
We don't mind the Tigers at all, mate. Yeah. But let's get into the votes anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Who'd you give them to?
I gave the one vote to Joe Rivers. I thought he was pretty impressive.
Thought that was your third vote then for a moment. I thought, is he that good?
I'll start with the one vote this time. But I think he had 13 marks and used the ball well. Really added and almost reminded us that he is a valuable asset to us. So really combined well with the other defenders, and that leads me to Harry Taylor, who I gave 2 votes to.
Defenders, mate.
Yeah, well, they were really a feature, at least what I could hear, the rebound off half back and building that wall. And Taylor, he almost, he's a tall defender and a stopper in a way, but he just finds a way to rebound like Josh Gibson sort of does as well, just finds plenty of his own footy.
Accumulates the footy,
Yeah,
13 marks for him as well.
Yeah, was it? Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
13 and 14 for Rivers, so 27 between them, which is good.
Yeah, very good. So they were fantastic, and gave 3 votes to Mitch Duncan. So he played his best game for the year, and he didn't have much to beat because he'd been, I think I called him terrible the other week. So and he has been very bad. So it was good that he stepped up, kicked some really nice goals at good stages when we needed them. Used the ball well. I think he had 29.
Spot on.
Probably Kelly was our best until he went off, and I also liked the games of Caddy and Thurlow. And Selwood stepped up when he needed to, but for 3/4 was pretty well held. So
that's it.
Yeah, that's how I saw it, mate. Did you see it the same, or?
Oh, well, there's a few different ones, and there's a few more I would have liked to put in there, like Rivers, for example. But I gave the 3 votes to Mitch Duncan, his best game for the year and one of his better games for the club. Stepping up again, 29 disposals, 12 marks, 4 tackles and a couple of goals. As Shorty said, at crucial stages when we really needed them. He's all class, and I reckon he's one of the best kicks at Geelong, especially at goal.
Oh yeah,
he can kick it from the boundary and they just go through straight through flush. So he's a fantastic player when he's playing like this, and I hope he continues to produce performances close to this, which would be really good. 2 votes went to Blitzarves. I think he got his 50th game.
Yeah, he played alright, didn't he?
Yeah, I heard he was going really well and saw a few of the nice things he did. He got the 70 disposals, 7 marks, 15 hitouts, and also kicked a goal, which was proved to be very valuable once again.
Yeah, very good.
Being a 9-point ball game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's very handy, and I love him in the middle, actually, mate, as a rover.
Yeah.
We need big bodies in there, and he's certainly one of those, and he's an athlete, of course, and
yes,
he does a pretty good job most weeks. He's really on the rise, and he's come of age.
Yeah, he is. He definitely is, mate.
it's awesome. And the 1 vote to Tommy Hawkins.
Tommy boy, eh? That's a different one.
Yeah, I don't think I've given him a vote this year. I wanted to give it to Jared Rivers as well. The 8 disposals, 5 marks and 3 goals, and he got him pretty early on. But the way he set up a few other scores, a few nice taps.
Knock on the Motlop was nice.
Yeah, those few 1%ers, we may not have won the game without that. So then you could also argue if Rivers didn't do as well as he did, we wouldn't have won. But
fair enough.
I think that was maybe perhaps a little bit more influential than Rivers. But in saying that, would have loved Rivers and Taylor and Lonergan in there as well. Maybe even Selwood when he stepped up and he had to. So yeah, but that was very tough this week, and it's a good problem to have.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to have a few to pick from, isn't it, mate?
Yeah.
So.
But moving on to the chopping block, mate, your segment of the show. How do you see it this week?
Yeah, of course, coming off a win, not too much to go chopping about, but Dawson Simpson probably kicks us off here.
He always does.
What has Hamish McIntosh done? What is he? He best on in the VFL. He's been playing VFL. I would have thought he's naturally ahead of Simpson and Stanley for that matter, but they're not giving him much of a look in. So
he must have stirred Chris up a bit, maybe.
Yeah, who knows? But look, Simpson couldn't be subbed off because Kelly had to be, and from listening on, it sounded like he was struggling to just run out the game.
Sounds about right, yeah.
So look, I don't know whether he's fit enough to play 4 quarters, but I don't think he's good enough to play, to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
put the fitness aside, he just doesn't have any class about him at all.
Yeah, I'd like to see McIntosh get a go. I mean, that's why we recruited him. There's no point having him. If he's going to play VFL, he may as well retire. If he's just going to be insurance. So he's best on in the VFL, so I hope he gets a gig. That tall forward situation, Probably Kirsten might make way.
Oh, I hope so. Yeah, he doesn't work as hard and doesn't offer as much as Walker does.
Yeah, and his big thing that everyone talks about is this man. He's a good mark and a great kick. Well, he kicked 1 goal 3, I think, and missed a couple of really, by his standards, easy kicks.
Gettable ones, yep.
You would think Clark sounds like he's definitely coming back, barring anything during the week. So hopefully he's back. Whether Stanley comes back in, I'm not too sure where he's at and everything. Same with Mackie and Stokes. They seem to be 50-50 whether they'll get up.
Yeah, most weeks.
Yeah, and if they are available, it will be tough to find, more so for Mackie. You would think if they want to bring Stokes back in, probably someone like Horn Smith could make way. But
yeah,
down back, Thurlow looks great, and you know, the older guys looking fantastic. So
they are, yeah.
It'd be tough to make room for them on the pace sort of situation. I'm pretty sure Blees was in the best again.
He needs a go.
Yeah, I would think so. Cockatoo played, didn't do too much, obviously, but yeah, Blees is... Yeah, well, he wasn't named the best, so couldn't have done too much, but
yeah,
surely Blees gets a look in at some point, I would have thought.
Well, similar with McIntosh, why did we recruit him? We need speed. We got speed, we're not using speed.
Yeah, that's right, mate.
It's silly, but anyway.
Yeah.
Making him earn it.
But look, there are a few of the ruck situation we still haven't quite worked out, and we continue to tinker with the forward setup. So,
yep.
But look, they could be a couple of changes ahead of what's going to be a big game. Tough game, a tough one to have a read on it, and I think we have differing reads on it, but that'll be interesting to discuss. But you want to have a look at a match up against the Pies?
Yeah, we've got Collingwood at the MCG next Friday night. Yeah, certainly going to be a big game, and they usually are against us, no matter where we're at, really. Sort of, it's always a really good clash and generally close, but there's been times in the past where there have been blowouts from both sides to each other. So yeah, it's tough to get a read on it. I mean, I think Collingwood are in pretty good form. They haven't beaten a great deal. They've beaten Essendon's probably their biggest scalp. But I think in the way they've beaten lower teams, and I think we are a lower team at this point in time, the way they've dismantled them and the pressure they've applied and the way they've played has been absolutely fantastic. And yeah, they may make the 8. I don't see them being anywhere near top 4.
No.
Because they're too young, unfortunately. They've got so many injuries and they're still playing fantastic footy.
Yeah, they've still got Sidebottom to come back in. And
yeah, Ben Reid, if you want to think about him.
Yeah, and even Levi Greenwood was a good recruit. So
yeah, I was looking at the injury list the other day and there's quite a few, and Heredia are going as well. And there's been a few. So I think Collingwood traditionally go okay against us. They got us in 2012, 2013. We beat them by a couple of kicks in 2014, I think. I'm pretty sure that's how it sort of panned out. But yeah, no, they traditionally go pretty well against us. We've never lost to Mick Malthouse as coach because we beat Collingwood 3 times in 2011. We have lost to Bucks a few times, and I reckon Collingwood will just be a bit too good for us. I don't think we'll be able to handle the pressure and their pace.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
So that's what I think, mate. Go for it.
Yeah, look, if you want to look at our tipping video, I've tipped us. I think we'll have a win, actually, but it's not based on a great deal from our point of view. I think, as you said, we're starting to play better footy. We're on the upward curve. If Clark can get back, I do rate our chances much higher, because I think he's very valuable having that 2-prong attack, despite what Walker and Kirsten are alright, but really need Hawkins and Clark both up there. But
yeah,
I'm just not sold on the Pies yet. I know Essendon game is good, but are we even sold on Essendon yet? I'm not sure. I mean, I think the Bombers are at their best a great side, but have also showed that they can throw in quite a few underwhelming performances. So look, the Pies have beaten a lot of probably what you'd say bottom 4 sides: Carlton, Brisbane, St Kilda. I can't quite remember the other one, but yeah,
they lost to Adelaide.
They lost Adelaide. Yeah. So it's a tough one to gauge because they're on top of the ladder at the moment, but
yeah, minus Fremantle's potential win.
Yeah, if they get up at the moment, but you know, they're looking good. We're looking better. But if you had have looked at this game pre-season, you would have gone, look, we'll get over this tough start to the year, and then we'll have Collingwood, which is a much more winnable game.
Yeah.
But we get here and it's not looking as winnable as it did back then. So
no, that's right.
We'll have to bring our best, and on the Friday night stage, you would hope that, we want to give it a very strong showing. But look, I think it'll be close. I'll tip us just. But yeah, I can, see where you come from, mate.
So he's tipped the Tigers, who are absolutely down the bottom. But against a better team, he's like, "Nah, we'll win."
See, it takes a while for me to really get sold on the side.
Fair enough.
To be honest, I had Richmond the 8, and I think they're far better than what they're producing. I still can't realise why they're going so bad.
Oh, okay, yeah, no. Because you had Tigers up there, you didn't have Collingwood in the 8, so therefore you viewed Tigers as a better side.
That's pretty much...
I'll see where you're going with this.
That's sort of where I'm going, because it does take me a while to really get convinced by a team.
Yep.
And as bad as Richmond are going, again, that was a 50-50 sort of match-up, and it just swayed our way. I'm hoping similar happens in a week's time.
Well, we're more experienced, but that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to win.
No, but fingers crossed though, because look, if we can come out 3-3, gee, that'd be looking alright from what it was looking at.
We may be able to make the 8 with that.
Jeez, mentioned the finals word early. Look out.
No, maybe. It's a long season.
Yeah,
that pretty much sums up our review for the Geelong and Richmond game, which is at the MCG. Geelong home by 9 points. Don't forget to check out darijoe, does the Geelong goal video highlights each week, and there's a few more goals this week.
Yeah, better now.
Yeah, we haven't been scoring many goals lately, mate. I've heard it was our lowest amount of scoring since like 1972 or 1974 or something like that. Wow. So we haven't been getting many goals, and it's been showing on the scoreboard. And also Ben at the Cattery, I think it's thecattery.com.au. He has his Cats reviews and previews and plenty of Cat stuff on that site, so go check him out. And catstars.com.au also have plenty of videos in regards to... They put our videos up and they put up some other Geelong ones, which is really good. So yeah, don't forget to go and check out their content because they're supporting us.
That's what we like. That's what we like.
That's it. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to us as well and share it around to your mates. That'd be fantastic. Thanks for sticking around and we'll see you guys all soon.